We like to tell our audiences, look, professional games, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. But this one, best of 3, is a sprint. Guys, run fast and go for your target.
And the 100-meter race is going to start right now. On the left side of your screen is going to be Team Vitality on the blue. On the right side is going to be DMT on the red. This is going to be our game 1 of this match, number 2.
All right, this is going to be a super key one going in. I like the fact that you called it a bit of a sprint. You know, to be honest, if I was in one of these situations, I'm not looking to sprint. I'm looking to just get on my bike and just cheat through the system and do whatever I can because I need that edge, especially in game 1.
I feel like that's called cheating, but
only if you get caught.
yeah, and people can't catch you on a motorcycle. All right, I get your point.
Yeah, but it looks like we're going to start this one off, again, being very aggressive. This is what we wanted. I mean, Jurl and Guyu are like, not even just like helping out with TNX, they're taking what they want because they have that potential. Like Jurl on the Mai can make some serious waves in the early game.
And I like this, right? Because the pacing is so fast from DMT. Not only do they, kind of stifle the farm of Tufts in this fast lane, they also secure their first space part of the game for themselves. And look, straight away, the goal gap might not be that big, but the EXP and damage potential from DMT is going to be shown really soon.
Yeah, I mean, the damage, like that potential is going to be really on point, especially when you have a Hem on this Arlie, who's just been really next level with his hero. I think he's going to have a great time, especially since they're solo. They don't need to force any issues, and this is going to be the power of the Dominator lineup, right? Not only do you have Jurl, who's able to be very mobile between the different lanes, and with that potential catch, but then you have L backing him up. A couple of Cannon Blasts could really turn the tides of this fight.
Look at what they did. They're able to check all the different spots of danger just with one skill, and this is the strength of DMT's draft in the early game.
Yeah, why check it with Cannon Blast when you could just face check? That's what I do.
Yep, and then you pay with your life, right?
Yeah. More time than
not. But in any case, Ahem, now they realize, hey, you can't be everywhere across the map. They managed to put some pressure.
Yeah, and I mean, the flash away from L, Cannon Blasting for their troubles, uninvited guests, so to speak. But look, Team Vitality, their biggest thing is on this Zonkape. They need to get him going. They need to be aggressive. They need to be taking, whatever they can away from TNX.
But if there's anyone you want to play an aggressive jungler, it has to be Zankyu, right? This is his specialty. He is very aggressive, but also very clinical with his finishes.
Yeah. I mean, but again, if it comes back to that lane matchup, right? If we're seeing just like, Zonk not able to, keep on pace with TNX, you're going to have a tough time. And, Team Vitality need to do everything to ensure that he has that proper support.
Yeah, timing is of the essence, right? We definitely need to have a quick pace of the game because both drafts are a very aggressive early game draft. As the later the game goes, some heroes kind of fall off in terms of like the viability because they will be caught out easier.
Yeah. And look at this. Jurl already looking to make a rotation into the bottom lane. Zan potentially getting gone on. They're going to kind of, soften him up a little bit by diving under that tower, but Zan just staying alive. I think 19, he needs to be not exactly babysitting someone, but just providing that vision so that nobody really gets caught off guard by some of these ambushes.
Yes, he needs to be able to give information to the team, right? They need information to make good decisions, and this is where they can really turn the game around. But as it stands now, I think DMT just have a slightly better control of the map. They don't really show it in the goal difference, but DMT, I think, in a more commanding position.
Yeah, I think that, look, the net worth obviously is not everything, especially in the 3-minute part, 40-second mark at this point. But Dominator, the way that they're moving across the map, right? Yes, there's going to be some gaps, and it looks like Vitality are looking to do that, taking advantage of that as they look to steal a pheasant here.
I think this is a little bit of indecisiveness coming out from Vitality. They were looking to try and go on a greedy, but now this opens up some space at the bottom side, and a lot of pressure is being put there.
Yeah, and look, the 4-minute mark, this is the Tyrant. This is going to be the big one. I mean, there was no kills as of now, but there have been spacing and zoning them away. 19 is just over the edge, and they do see that TNX has started this.
And do not be fooled. TNX will dive into a target here if they open up that opportunity. But they get the Tyrant of the first Tyrant of the game, and DMT, comfortable control.
Yeah, comfortable control. No real contest in that sense, but Dominator Esports understanding that, hey, any sort of, the big neutral, the first big one of the day, pretty huge for them, right? They want to get this net worth really starting to snowball.
Yeah, and in terms of like jungle pacing, I think Zankyu is just a tad bit slower than TNX, and that tad bit cost him half a level.
Yeah, but I mean net worth, he's a 500 gold up, right? And this is the power of that pay. he needs to be sticking with 19, ensuring that they just like steal as much as possible and make life a little uncomfortable for Dominator.
Okay, this is the opening they're looking for. If they can get the T1, this would be great, but the support does come in. Instant response from Jill to help out the team. This is what we're looking for, good teamwork.
Yeah, don't give up anything, especially for free, right? If you're able to make the teleport, you know, you're going to be there, you're going to just kind of scare them away. Team Vitality did not want to push that initiative. They've backed off, and now it looks like they're going to play a little bit of a longer game. Just stick around in that lane as TNX is going to take a little bit of damage. Looks like he's going to go for the Tremor Smash. That wasn't going to be a bit of a miss.
Okay, so they do a delayed wave clear on the side of DMT, but it all's good for them because at this point, I think the map is working for them. But right as I say that, they take the T1.
Yeah, look at the Azure Golem just get stolen right under, or TNX picks that one up on his way out. But Ahem taking the tower, that's going to be a huge win for them. Look, these teams trading blow for blow. There's a lot of familiarity even with these teams today.
Okay, but the pacing is so much faster, right? This was not the pace we had in the first series of the game. This time, the IKL specialists, they are coming in hard, and we're looking for a big stun and nice setup. So TNX, he will be looking for the ideal target. He doesn't want to catch out Zarq. He wants to catch out Zan, or maybe even Neo, to stop that healing factor coming in.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about the fact that, like, there's pace, right? And, I mean, is Indonesia just meta tends to be a little bit more aggressive? Like, why is it so different from the first series of the day?
They are very aggressive. They're very fast as well. But the thing that is so special about IKL is the fact that they know when the winning moments are. So when IKL teams fight, you know they see an opening. It's whether they can finish the job.
So, Kindofu, you're saying that the Choke BR teams don't know win conditions?
I don't remember being in the kitchen and smelling some gas, but at this point, no, that's not my point. I'm talking about, you know, IKL teams, they know what they're doing.
Yeah, they are. I mean, they know what they're doing, of course, in this case. But again, look, both of these teams, not a single kill. It's 7 minutes in, a little bit different, very cagey. Nobody wants to give up anything at this stage. I think is going to be key for Team Vitality because, again, it's being aggressive. ZanQ really needs to just get that farm going.
But this is what I like, right? So for players that are new to HOK, not every fight needs to be taken, right? Because there are better resources to acquire. There's better timings to hit. But here we go.
Oh, he just barely gets out. These slash not going to connect. TNX takes some damage. He's going to be chased on. Zanq looking for his spray. He's on the prowl. Wants to go in. Tufts gets the knock back onto him. Gets a little serious, and there's your first blood, and Guyu down for the count.
And this is why it's so important to be clinical, right? So they tried on the side of DMT, did not manage to make it work, and Tough.
Oh, nice cannon blast onto two. The unending sorrow of the box. He tried to flash it forward, but Neil gets on out of this one. And now the burst ramp. TNX is getting bounced around like a pinball, and ZanQ will find him.
Oh, Vitality coming in strong. They're punishing the mistakes of DMT.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they're making them pay at this point. Just the team fight has been on point. Like, they're kind of baiting them out. They get a little bit low. The cannon blasts were on point, and that's stunned. But then Dominator, like, actually, they don't really have the damage to follow up. Vitality are able to make them pay.
And this is something about Synergy, right? It feels like the comms are a little bit off on the side of DMT, right? The calls are different from different members.
Okay, well, obviously, it's in a different language, so the calls will be different. Duh.
Okay, but nonetheless, I think it's pretty clear when you should take a fight, when you should not, right? So at this point, TNX having given away the kills, the gold gap now is 1,000 ahead. And you know what? That gold, that EXP difference that ZanQ with TNX was 1 level ahead. Now ZanQ is 1 level ahead of him.
Yeah, look, we knew that Pace got that early game lead, and it looks like TNX looking to turn this around, the burst ramp, but the duel is not enough. ZanQ is going to be killed, gets it traded away. It's a 1-for-1, and now Guyu on the prowl wants to go. The burst ramp locking him down, though, and he's going to pay with his sins, and Zan gets that kill.
Okay, so it's a 2-for-1, jungle for jungle, but Guyu falling down as a clash laner is a big win for the side of Team Vitality.
Yeah, I mean, getting that one out, that was actually huge. I think they could have been happy with that 1-for-1 and just kind of ended it on that one, but Guyu decided to go a little bit aggressive, and they're going to continue on, put the aggression on, and not able to pick off 19, just too tanky.
We talked about, hey, is Zhang going to come online? Is he going to perform better? And I think he has been really clean with his positioning. And I think that's one of the biggest markers of success for Team Vitality so far. But damage dealt, you can see, look, you can deal a lot of damage, but we need to be efficient. 34,000 in total for Joe.
Oh, him getting on back on this one. I mean, look, the damage was gonna be there. This is a very damaging lineup from Dominator Esports. If they're able to find you out, they haven't really been able to kind of convert that damage into kills as of now, as they only have one to their name at the 10-minute mark.
Yeah, and we talked about it. This damage lineup that they have acquired for themselves, you need to be able to do damage. You're not going to be able to do that with a lack of items.
Yeah, Shadow Tyrant right here going to be started. TNX does spot that out as well. Churl on the little on the low end. Needs to be careful. The Tyrant will reset. Back into his lair he goes. Dominator Esports want to make Neil pay. He takes a lot of damage, but he's going to be backing off. Has that unending sorrow if they want to pop and continue on. Tufts tries to get a little serious, but he only gets serious on the minion wave.
Okay, I don't think they know that 19 is inside. 19, oh, I like the patience, but just got found out. Now, 10-minute mark, this is an important marker for both teams because this Tyrant is going to provide so much value in extra damage for team fights.
Yeah, 10X is probably not going to go completely on this one. Wants to low it out. The burst ram onto a couple, and it looks like they're going to be backing off of him. Getting aggressive, finds Neil, the unending sorrow, and not enough damage to kill. Neil sustains that one, and Churl trying to find this Zanq, looking for the right target, not able to get the nice little the fireball onto him, but the Tyrant has been picked up already by TNX. Space created.
Did you see what they were doing there, right? Dominator actually forcing out skills from Vitality. They weren't going to commit to the fight. And while you're in that state of limbo, are we fighting? Are we not going to fight? Look, the decision by DMT is TNX is, buy me time. I'm going to get the objective for the team. And right now, even though they've gotten that objective, Zanq's still at the top of the farm. So he's making things work for Team Vitality.
I mean, you knew he was going to be aggressive. Like, the pay is so good right now because of the fact that he has that mobility, has a lot of damage, so he can farm pretty much wherever he wants. He's going to always have that early game lead. The struggle then is when the mid game happens, probably like the 16 through 18-minute mark, when he kind of falls off and he tends to be more of like a farm laner, and he needs to be more worried about his positioning.
Okay, Neil in the middle.
Oh, they find the unending sorrow. They find Churl, who has to flash away. The double dash on out. Hem getting a little bit low, but the burst ram is on point. They're not able to get in the box. But set, they find Hem. That's going to be the initial pick, but Zan is going to be traded away. It's a 2-for-1 thus far. They're trying to chase under the tower, and Guyu a little on the low, took some tower shots. Vitality will hold.
So Vitality just seems to be a cleaner team in comparison to DMT. And it feels like DMT, they keep diving, but they're not getting the results that they want. And TNX has died a little too many times.
Yeah, too many times for my comfort as well. I mean, he's a little bit falling behind, but he's trying to make things happen. He hasn't had that mark where he has the items to really just duel to death, like homing missile, just blow somebody up. He hasn't had that moment as of now. He's still a little bit behind.
Yeah, okay, this is why it's so important, right? So for those of you that are new, TNX, he's playing Musashi. That ultimate, it makes people unable to heal. So you can see he's going in, but he's going in a 3v1 situation.
Yeah, not the greatest of targets. I mean, going in for this, I mean, it's especially like in that position, you got to be super careful. You got to stay alive more than anything else. But you're just seeing some of the damage that Ahem is starting to do, and like looks like they try to knock him around. Tufts though will dash over.
At this point, DMT, they need to just burn out skills coming out from Vitality. That will be the big win condition. But the problem here, 19, as a new player, he's doing so well coming in.
Yeah, and looking at this game, I mean, it's a 6-2 lead in favor of Team Vitality. I mean, you predicted that, you know, Dominator Esports was going to win 2-0, and it's because of your prediction that it looks like Team Vitality were like, I took that personally.
Are you sure I voted 2-0 to DMT? But in any case, at this point, this is an important marker. TNX,
oh, Trevor smash on it too, and TNX squashed like a bug. He goes. The box is not going to be enough. They find Zan, but Guyu trying to flash away. He's going to be picked off as well, and 3 members down from Dominator Esports, and Team Vitality next level right now.
You can win a 1v1, but this is a team game. You have to win the team fights, and the better team always wins. Right now, the damage has been done. T2 on the top for free. Team Vitality, the opening is available. Can they take this T3 on the top?
Yeah, and you're like, oh, Dominator Esports. You've got, oh, he gets a little bit serious and finds Churl. They took the dive, and Ahem get gone on as well, and they get the secondary pick, and 19 will stay alive. They take the top T3, and Team Vitality will march it down. TNX is trying to keep him alive with a duel to death, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. And Team Vitality will strike first.
14 minutes. This is one very quick game coming in from Team Vitality. And was this the result that we expected? I don't know. But Zanq, this game, it was not about him. For the first time, Zanq is not the core member here.